Hi, today we're going to go over the top 5 mistakes that we see people make when trying to strengthen their glutes with the glute bridge. Now the glutes are a really important muscle. We use them every day when we get up out of a chair, when we go upstairs, when we run, we jump, we play our sports. They help stabilise your low back and they keep your hips healthy as well. So if you're going to exercise your glutes and get them stronger and activated, we want you to do it in such a way that you're not hurting other things like your low back. So let's go over those top 5 mistakes now. Okay, so the typical setup for a glute bridge is laying flat on your back with your ankles up towards your buttocks and your shins almost vertical. You get your pelvis in a neutral position, and then from there you clench your glutes and you raise your glutes up off the floor. So typically it would look something like this. But some of the most common things we see go wrong is that you lift the hips too high. So instead of actually just coming up to a straight line, you see people trying to overarch like this. This creates a lot of tension in the lower part of the back. It compresses it. You start using other muscle groups, and it actually can aggravate low back symptoms. So don't overarch the back. The second thing that we see people do is use the hamstrings too much. So if I let my feet go out to here and I push up, I actually find that I'm using my hamstrings rather than my glutes. In fact, just about to get a cramp. So that's the second mistake we see. Not clenching the glutes first and utilising the hamstrings more to push the pelvis off the floor rather than the glutes. The third mistake that we often see is that we get people that get themselves set up in this position and then they rush through it. They actually will push their pelvis up and then they come back down and they just drop down like that, and then go up and then come back down. All they think is that the way up's the important part, but in fact a lot of strength is gained from reaching the top and slowly lowering yourself down. The fourth mistake that we often see is using other muscles like the low part of your back and not actually protecting it. So what you'll often see is that the rib cage flares or comes out as you come up. Now this looks very similar to the first mistake where you overarch the back. But imagine you set up here, you're going to go squeeze your glutes and you're about to push through your heels, but as you go up, you let your ribs pop up. You're not keeping this here nice and still. So you're not maintaining that nice normal pelvic position, lumbar and pelvic position. So as you come up, if you see your rib cage arching and flaring up like this, you've lost control and you're using a lot of back extension muscles as well. The fifth and final thing that we see is that people actually get good at their glute bridges, but then don't bother progressing. You need to make the body work a bit more hard, you need to challenge it, and often you can do things like a single leg glute bridge to really recruit one side more than the other and actually work on stabilising through your stomach as well. So there you go. They're the top 5 mistakes that we often see when people are trying to improve their glute strength through the glute bridge.